Today we are talking about even more leaks about the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero roster. Now, I want to just say this right up front. If you don't want to be spoiled by the roster, leave the video. I know I put a small spoiler on the thumbnail, right, of who's not going to be in. But I did that so that I didn't leak who is going to be in. We all knew that Superhero and Daima are going to be DLC. They said it very early on. It's actually like in every single commercial trailer that you could see. You know, at the end it says Superhero characters and Daima characters are coming as DLC packs. So, let that sink in for a second. If you didn't know, Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo weren't coming. It's okay, but they've been saying it for a long time. Now, I'm about to start leaking. So if you don't want to know, do me a favor, like the video because you support me, subscribe, and get out of here. But if you do want to know the roster, all right, stick around because we're going to be going over that. We're going to be talking about the DLC coming forward. Not who's coming in DLC, but just ideas about the DLC. But we're going to finish out this roster real quick. And if I can ask for one favor, guys. I'm new to the Dragon Ball community. I'm just starting to make videos on Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Daima, talking about Sparking Zero. And this is the content I want to make. And I'm currently leaving the Call of Duty community. If you guys want to support me making that move and want to welcome me into the community, hitting that like, commenting, welcome, or, you know, telling me about your experience with Dragon Ball would be awesome. I'll comment on as many as I can and subscribe. But without further ado, let's go over the roster. So, I want to first just point out something that was tweeted by DBS Hype. And he said, important. A Japanese media company uploaded Sparking Zero gameplay on their YouTube channel, which was unlisted. But some Japanese fans found it. This video reveals the entire roster of the game. So please be careful now because these leaks will keep coming. Now, that means if you're on Twitter, you are definitely going to come across this. I mean, I woke up this morning and it was the first thing on my screen. That's why I was like, all right, I might as well make a video. Could you have guessed that these characters were coming? Yes, but they kind of broke some of their own rules. So I think all the people that didn't want to be spoiled are gone. Let's talk about, you know, the elephant in the room. There is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spots left. Well, I hate to tell you this, but they lied to us. They did this on purpose. And although it's a little, you know, fucked up because it made us feel like we had a limit, obviously I don't think any of us are going to complain that there's more characters. So, I cannot show the footage because it will get me copyrighted. But I wrote it all down. So, I'm going to go over some of these spots. And believe it or not, these 10 spots get filled very quickly. So, for anyone that was guessing movie characters, you were correct. Movie characters are 100% the end of this roster. And I was going to make a full video on it. Don't go yet because I know who the locked character is too. That we are going to be getting as a bonus. Pre-order bonus. So, stand by. But, yes. They're movie characters. So, first off, before we even talk about that, I saw a lot of comments asking about Kaba. Kaba looks like he's getting Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2. So, if you were wondering where's Kaba, he's in the game. We've already seen him in trailers, but he's in the game. And he's getting Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2. Bad news, if you're a fan of the trio with Bergamo, Bergamo is the only one of the trio. That is it. The other Wolf Boys are not in the game. So, I'm sorry. But, good news, DLC is coming. And they are going to be adding a lot of characters. I mean, they want this to be the ultimate Dragon Ball game. It's clear as day. They put GT in, and we all thought GT was going to be DLC, right? So, let's all calm down. We're happy that we got as many characters as we have. The base roster is a total of 182. Just want to say that again. The base roster is 182 2. So we're eating, boys. We're eating. First up, Garlic Jr. Now, this is the only character I think that doesn't have both forms. He only has his larger form. I'm fine with that. I don't think anyone enjoyed playing Garlic Jr. Comment down below if you were a Garlic Jr. main. But number 2, World's Strongest, Dr. Wheelo. Now, I actually want to go back and watch that movie soon, but that's a different story. Tree of Might, Turles, of course. The original Goku Black. Z Broly. Boys, we got him. Z Broly. So, Z Broly's going to have his base form, his Super Saiyan form, and then his legendary Super Saiyan form, or Berserk, or whatever we call it now, because I think us as the community have changed it so many times. Lord Slug, 2 forms. Cooler. This one's going to hype you up. 3 forms. You've got his base form. We got his final form, and then we have Metal Cooler. 13, base form, and his final form. Bojack, base form with the little do-rag, and second form. Janemba, giant form, which is his base, and final form with sword. And then finally, Tapion and Hirudegarn, the giant. Which is so insane because I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's just talk about this before we go any further, right? I really thought that Hirudegarn would not make it, right? And I thought they might have cut some of these characters because of, you know, the 10 limit. But them adding them all and, you know, blowing our expectations away is great. I think, and I'll talk about the locked character in a minute, but let's just talk about this for a sec. Lord Slug even getting 2 forms. I mean, come on. Come on. And then also, like, the only character having a form cut being Garlic Jr., I think we can all agree is okay. Like, if we really want him and there's an outcry, I'm sure they'll add him as DLC. But, I mean, this is a solid final reveal. I could go pull my Z movie collection out right now and just, you know, show you guys how excited I am. I literally could not explain. Dragon Ball Z has been a part of my life for so long, and I'm glad I'm finally making content around it because this excites me. This excites me. We're going to do like a full sit down and go over some of the characters that we haven't seen in a future video once they're revealed and go over their movesets and stuff like that when we have the game in hand. But I think there's an elephant in the room, right? There's certain characters that have not been revealed, right? And you might be missing them. Super 17 is a great example. Hopefully they get added as DLC. I would love to see more GT characters return. You know, a Goten and a Vegeta base and a Gohan. Like, I love the GT. As much as GT sucks in a lot of ways, it has a lot of things that, you know, I hold near and dear as I was growing up. So, hopefully we see more of those characters. Now, there was also a rumor going around about Pan at the end of the GT trailer, right? Said Pan GT when her pop-up came up. Not the end, but when she came up. And people were speculating, well, that's because she's going to have a super variant that comes out in Superhero, right? In the Superhero DLC. Although you might be right, the thing that confuses me is that Omega Shenron, Sin Shenron, Baby Vegeta, they all also had GT in their name. Which either means A, they forgot that they had this naming convention, right? Which I think is very likely. That they were putting these labels next to every name only if there was a variant. And they were just like, oh, all of GT, put the labels. Or B, which this could be Daima leaks, but, or, I don't know. But we could be seeing a return of Baby Vegeta and Shenron. Now, I don't really necessarily believe that. But I'm just saying, maybe that's what they're hinting at. I doubt that, though. If that happens, come back to this video and tell me how smart I am. Okay? But the locked character, right? This one is a biggie. The locked character, if you don't want to hear it, leave. But it is Goku from Daima, which I think a lot of us could predict. Only because they said from the start when they revealed the character that this would be a character that has not been playable in any game. I know people were thinking 21 or Evil 21. You gotta remember, they're in a game. They literally are in Xenoverse. So it makes no sense for them to add a character that already existed in other games when they said they haven't existed. My only thought was a Daima character. I just didn't think it would be Goku. I thought maybe it would be a side character or like the main baddie. So listen, in the coming days, I'm going to be making a video on how you guys can get Sparking Zero early, a full 2 days earlier. So stack that with the 3-day pass, 5 days early. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys real soon. Okay? I promise. I appreciate you all. Have a good one.